Good afternoon. We're here with a bit of a bonus video today. A little bit different from what I've been doing on the channel, but it's quite big news, so I thought I'd talk about it a little bit, because it's kind of interesting to think about what's going to happen. So, we have bans in September for Sword and Shield online. So here they are. We'll have them bigger for a minute, and then when I start looking at other things and chatting, we'll shrink it again. But the list is Venusaur, Gyarados, Porygon 2, T-Tar, Torkoal, Hippowdon, Magnezone, Togekiss, Excadrill, Whimsicott, Incineroar, Mimikyu, Rillaboom, Cinderace, Indeedee, and Dragapult. And as you can see, these are the Pokemon that were the top 10 in singles and doubles in Series 6, which is August. That's what is currently ongoing. And yeah, these are all banned. You're not allowed to use them, which is going to really change things because especially in singles, we were going up against Gyarados, T-Tar, Dragapult, Cinderace, Rillaboom, and Togekiss, and Excadrill all the time, and a lot of Mimikyus as well. But like nearly every battle was those guys, so it's really going to shake things up for the next season, which I'm super excited about. I think it's going to make it really interesting to play, and I think it's a really good thing that they're doing it, so I'm very happy. So we'll talk a little bit about what's been cut. I think these are all really good cuts as well, because we've done tons of singles this month, absolutely loads, and I agree with all of these. And then we've started doing doubles this week on Twitch as well, and yeah, we've seen tons of Incineroar, we've seen a lot of Whimsicott, we've seen Magnezone, we've seen Togekiss, we've seen Indeedee, we've seen Torkoal, we've seen Porygon. So I totally agree with pretty much all of these changes. Maybe not the Venusaur. I've not seen a ton of Venusaur, personally. But I know people have been using it for sleep powder and stuff, so I can see why they might have banned it. So let's talk team comps, because Sand is going to be absolutely terrible after this happens. T-Tar and Hippowdon are the premier Sand setters. They're both gone completely. So if you're gonna run a Sand team, you're gonna have to bring probably this guy. Sandaconda. Silicobra is the little one with Sand Spit. So when this guy gets hit, he makes a Sandstorm. But it's still not an ideal way to set your weather. You're relying on it living to start with to get much use out of it. And it's just a weird way to set the weather. So I don't think we'll see a lot of Sand teams anymore, especially now that T-Tar and Excadrill are gone as well. With Excadrill being the main Sand Rush user, there's what's left that's actually worth running Sandstorm on. Not a lot that I can think of off the top of my head. There'll probably be some people that run it as a weird strat with some interesting Pokemon, but I think for the general ladder, we won't see a lot of Sand next season. And the same with Sun. Torkoal is a big hit. He is the premier Sun setter because of his speed, mainly. I consider it his speed that's the important factor. So if we look at my Ninetales here, Ninetales with Snow Warning is what I run in doubles, and in singles actually. If you've been watching our videos, you'll have seen a lot of Ninetales. But she's got 348 speed. This one is maxed, so it could be slower. But the issue is that the way weather works, when you send out Ninetales and it goes into a Torkoal, Ninetales is faster. So the hail happens, and then the sun overwrites it because Torkoal is slower. His ability goes off second. So with Torkoal being gone, you can still run Sun teams with Drought Ninetales, but the speed is going to be an issue because she's going to be going up against other weather setters, and I think they're mainly going to be Rain in Series 6 in September, because Drizzle, Pelipper, and Politoed are both still on the table. I think Rain is going to be so strong. It's going to be really, really common. I think everyone who runs weather teams now will probably just make the switch to Rain, and Ninetales will outspeed these guys still, even with negative speed nature and no speed EVs. I think she still might outspeed them anyway with base speed. So the rain will just overwrite the sun anyway. So I really don't see a lot of Sand and Sun happening. in series 6 because of these bans. So that's the first big thing that I'm seeing from this. The next big thing is the Dragapult Cinderace bans are huge because they are the fastest things in the meta right now. They outspeed everything. And having those gone opens up room for a lot of other quick Pokemon. So we might see a comeback of Gengar. That would be really fun. I love Gengar. We might see things like Gallade. I'm banking on Gallade being a big part of my team next season because Gallade is quick. It outspeeds some of the Cinderaces I've battled, and it outspeeds lots of stuff. So Gallade might be a big one. But yeah, with these two gone, that's a huge deal. And also, Cinderace going means there's no Libero to worry about. So yeah, the max Airstream Cinderace sweep shenanigans will be gone as well, which is kind of nice. Togekiss, thank you so much. I hate this thing. It's so annoying to play against. It just max Airstreams once and then flinches you to death and you lose. That's gone. We no longer have to deal with that. That opens up some team building options. So I was running Cinderace with Ironhead in the end to deal with Togekiss. I won't need to run that anymore. So without that necessity, I probably wouldn't have ran Cinderace anyway. So that's a nice one for me personally. And I think a lot of people do not like playing against Togekiss. And it also makes a difference in doubles because of the Follow Me set. It's another bulky Follow Me user gone. So we might see a lot more Clefable taking that spot. I think that might be a thing. Other weird strat. Not weird, but obviously not weird because they're in the top 10, but specific strats. So Psychic Surge and DD will be gone, so we probably won't see a lot of Psychic Terrain strat. And also Whimsicott going means the Prankster Tailwind strat probably won't be a thing anymore. You can run Tailwind on like Corviknight or on to like a Xatu maybe, but I don't see Tailwind being as big a thing without the Prankster to set it up guaranteed every turn, every battle. So that's a huge thing. Porygon 2 hurts Trick Rooms, and it is also another stall Pokemon that we've been seeing quite a lot. So that's another interesting ban. A lot of my chat and Twitch get a bit worried when we see Porygons. I typically haven't had a huge amount of problems with them, but obviously a lot of people have because my chat gets worried about it. So for some people that's probably a ban they're happy about. In terms of replacing it, we might see a lot more Dusclops with an Eviolite. I think that's the middle one. Dusknoir is the last one. Yeah, Dusclops. We might see a lot more Trick Room Dusclops. And there's also Chandelures running Trick Room I've seen as well. We might see some more of those guys. So I think the Porygon ban won't hurt teams too much. Trick Room will definitely still be quite common, I think. But with less of an emphasis on the Porygon. Another strat that is hit by this is Sleep. With the Venusaur and the Hippowdon bans. So Hippowdon's been running Yawn, and Venusaur's been running Sleep Powder. So we still have to deal with the Amoonguss with Spore, but that thing is not as much of an issue as these two have been. Hippowdon would typically Stealth Rock you, get the Sandstorm up, and put you to sleep. Here's a nice Gengar. I had to press a button. So Sleep probably won't be as much of an issue. I think we'll still see Regenerate Amoongus's, but yeah, that will probably be the only Sleep thing we really have to worry about. I've seen a few Quagsires running Yawn as well, and a couple of Slowbros running it, so maybe there'll be some Sleep, but I think it'll be less common. The other really, really big thing we have to talk about is we have Gyarados, Tyranitar, Hippowdon, Excadrill, Incineroar, Mimikyu, Rillaboom, and Cinderace. So that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these bans are targeted at physical Pokemon, and Dragapult as a lot of the time is physical as well. So all of the physical powerhouse going. So what might come in to replace those is a really interesting question. So I really think Gallade is going to be a good pick this season. Because it's really quick. I mean, it's not Cinderace quick, but it is really quick and it has crazy attack. And you can run it with Justified for some shenanigans if you want in doubles. So I think Gallade will be a big hit. Other physical things that we've seen a lot of, though, is not much. Lucario could make a comeback. He's also quick and physical. But yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see, because there's the Alolan Marowak strat, but that kind of needs Trick Room to work. We have seen a few of those around. What else is there? We probably will see this guy come back. We've seen a few of them. Sheer Force is really good. And I think his other ability might be Guts. I will double check that quickly. Conkeldurr. But yeah, Sheer Force for the extra power on his moves is super good. Yeah, it is Guts as well. So the Flame Orb Conkeldurr will probably make a comeback as a physical sweeper. And maybe we could see some Golurk. Who knows? Obviously, I'm just looking at the Pokemon I have in my boxes right now. Maybe some Lycanrocs. We've seen a lot of Lycanrocs with Focus Sash and Counter to just destroy things. If it catches you off guard, it's really, really strong. But if you know about it, it's less of an issue. And of course, Urshifus are still around. Urshifu has not been banned. So this will probably be the premier physical sweeper on most teams. And the ability to go through Protect just makes it even sweeter. Maybe we'll see some of this guy as well. I don't know if he is... Yeah, he is physical. So we might see some G-Darmanitan as a physical pivot for teams. That would be quite interesting. And maybe some Corviknight will come back. We haven't seen a lot of him this month. Maybe we'll see more of that. But it also opens up it opens up the field a bit more for some of these special threats. Like, for example, G-Slowbro, which would normally be pretty well dealt with by like Dragapult using Ghost attacks or T-Tars using Earthquakes. So it's not super common. We might not see as much Milotic. I've been using Milotic as an answer to Cinderace, but without Cinderace, we don't really need it anymore. And Toxtricity could make a comeback as well with the main. Oh, come on, stay in the right place. I hate wearing glasses with headphones. With the Poison Electric typing, it was very weak to T-Tar, Hippowdon, Excadrill. So with those gone, we might see a Toxtricity comeback starting to happen. That would be really cool. I do like using Toxtricity. Maybe we'll even see some Kommo in singles as well. As far as doubles goes, though, aside from losing Sand and Sun teams, I don't think a huge amount will change. I think Togekiss will just be replaced by Clefable. I think Porygon will probably just be replaced by Dusclops. Yeah, that's the middle one. Dusclops. Incineroar is a nice ban, I think, because a lot of people have been using it for the Intimidate. And it's been on a lot of teams we battled the last few nights. So maybe people will bring in other Intimidate users. I've got a Hitmontop on the team with Intimidate. Maybe we'll see some of that instead to bring the Intimidate. Or maybe we'll see Intimidate just go, because we've also lost Gyarados. So maybe people won't care as much about it. We'll have to wait and see. But I am super, super, super excited about next season now. I think this is going to be a really good change. I think getting rid of these horrible things that have been in like every game is going to make a huge difference. So if you've not caught up yet, these are all banned. So don't plan your teams around them, especially not now. There's only a week left of the season. So start planning your team for next season. Don't use these guys. I've given a few suggestions on what might be good, in my opinion. But as I said, no means an expert, so I might be wrong. We'll find out next month. And I don't even know what I'm going to run, because I was thinking of doing a grass monotype around Venusaur. But that's gone, and Rillaboom's gone. So, and Whimsicott. They were three that I was thinking about. So everyone's going to have some interesting team building to do in the next few months. So I hope you enjoyed. I just did this because it was something I wanted to talk about. I thought it was quite interesting. Let me know your thoughts in the comments if you've been watching, and what do you think will be strong? Probably things I haven't thought about. This happens all the time on stream. My chat is amazing. They come up with so many things that I forget about, which is really helpful. So maybe you guys will have some ideas of really cool picks and team comps, so put them in the comments, we can have a chat. And keep an eye out for our battles. We put them all up on YouTube after the streams, which is just... I mean, I like watching Pokemon battles. Some people do, so they're there if people want them. And there's also the other content on the channel as well that we put up when we have time, so keep checking back. There's going to be new stuff. I'm also going to be doing another team chat today, hopefully, about the singles team we actually ended up making it to Master Ball with. It's a bit different from the team chat at the start of the playlist, but it's still in the same spirit as the team we started with. So look out for that as well. And hopefully we'll see you guys in the next video.